Budget Bites. My name is Christy. I am the registered dietitian for the Arm Fryer and District Family Health Team. And today we are going to make some falafel. So if you've never had falafel before, they are made from chickpeas and typically they're deep fried. Instead of deep frying ours, we're going to be baking them in the oven, which is going to be a lot healthier and super budget friendly, which is the whole point. So to make this recipe, you are going to need some dried chickpeas, like these ones that I have here. These are extremely budget friendly. Hard to come by a protein source more budget friendly than buying dried legumes. So what you're going to do with these is you're going to pop them in a bowl. You need 1 cup of them. And you're going to soak them in some water overnight. So just cover them with about 4 inches of water, pop them in the fridge, and you want to leave them there for at least 12 hours, 24 hours if you can. And they're actually going to triple in size. So my 1 cup of chickpeas is going to be plenty for a family of 4. So you're going to need those. You are going to need some cilantro. We are using 1 cup of cilantro in this recipe. If you are less of a cilantro lover, you can do half cilantro, half parsley. Or if you really don't like cilantro at all, you can just use all parsley, but that's boring. Other seasonings, you're going to need some lemon juice. If you have fresh lemons available to you, fresh lemon juice actually is way better than this stuff, but this stuff works in a pinch. You're going to need half of a medium-sized onion, sort of coarsely chopped. You are going to need 3 cloves of minced up garlic, some cumin, some salt and pepper, and some baking powder. And then we are going to use a little bit of oil, olive oil, canola oil, whatever you have lying around will work. So first things first, we need to blend all of our ingredients together. I'm going to use a food processor. If you don't have access to a food processor, no worries. You can do this by hand with a potato masher. Not gonna lie, it's gonna take you some time, but hey, it doubles as a free workout, so win-win. All right, so here we go. We are gonna pop our soaked chickpeas in here. I should mention too, after you soak them, drain the water out. We don't want that extra water in here. I'm gonna put in my onion, my garlic, we need roughly 1 cup of cilantro, or like I said, you can use parsley in place of cilantro if that's your preference. Cilantro is one of those very polarizing ingredients. I love it. I think it tastes very sort of citrusy and fresh. There is a gene though that can cause you to taste soap when you eat cilantro. So I suppose if I tasted soap, I wouldn't love that in my falafel either. So I'll give you a pass if you want to use the parsley instead. So sort of roughly a cup's worth. Pop that in there. So chickpeas, not only are they an excellent source of plant-based protein, they are also super rich in soluble fiber. And I always like to describe soluble fiber as like a cholesterol sponge. It really helps your body naturally lower your cholesterol. So this is a super heart-healthy recipe that we're doing, and very much fitting into the Mediterranean diet. All right, so next after that, we need to put in our cumin. So we need about a teaspoon of cumin. Put that in there. We need half a teaspoon of salt, and again, I've got this pink Himalayan salt just because this is what we were given as a gift. Salt is salt is salt. It doesn't really matter where it came from. It all contains the same amount of sodium. We are using all low sodium ingredients here, so it's not a problem to pop a little bit of salt in with our cooking. All that to say, the pink Himalayan salt is not any healthier than regular old table salt, if that's all you've got. Then we're going to put in half a teaspoon of baking powder. And 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. right, so we're just gonna pop the lid on here, give this a quick whirl. Give it a quick whirl, scrape down the sides. Let it go one more time. You don't want to over process it. You just want it to be mixed enough and soft enough that you can kind of start to shape it into balls without it completely falling apart on you. So let's get this going one more time. All right, take my blade out of there. Now we are going to need some type of baking sheet. And you're going to coat the bottom of your baking sheet with about a tablespoon and a half of oil. If you have one of these little silicone brush thingies, they're great. They can help you spread the oil evenly across your baking sheet. But if you don't have one, whatever you got, you can make it work. All right. Now, all we're going to do is grab handfuls of our chickpea mixture, and we're going to roll them into balls. So, and then just before you put it down, you're going to kind of squish it a little so it forms more of a patty. And pop it on your baking sheet. So I'm just going to continue with the rest of it. Okay, now we're just going to brush the other tablespoon and a half of oil onto the tops of our falafel. Something I should say, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier or not, but I will say it now. Don't try to use canned chickpeas in this recipe. They're just way too soft, have way too much water content in them, and your falafels won't hold together. You'll end up just with a pile of falafel mush. Speaking from experience on that one, unfortunately. Okay. There we go. So depending on how large or small you've made your falafel patties, you'll end up with, I've got 8 here plus one little mini bonus one. If you make them a little bit smaller, you can probably get closer to 12 of them, but this is just fine for us. And you're gonna pop these in your oven at 375 degrees for 15 minutes or so. Then we're gonna give them a flip and pop them back in for another 10. So just while our falafels are baking up, I thought I'd talk to you about a couple different serving suggestions. My oven's gonna beep at me any second now, but what you can do is you can serve these falafel on top of a salad mixture. So you can do either just a mixed bed of leafy greens and put your falafels on top, or you can do more of a Greek style salad. Or if you are more of a carbohydrate lover, we are a family of carbohydrate lovers, and this is what we are gonna do tonight for dinner, is you can make a falafel pita. So get your hands on either some Greek style pitas, or these are Indian naan breads. Warm these up a little bit, and then you can serve your falafels tucked inside along with some toppings. So it's a good idea to always include some veggies. I've got here some halved grape tomatoes, some thinly sliced cucumbers, feta cheese, some minced Kalamata olives, and that's what we're going to put in our pitas. A third option is just to use them as snacks. So cook them up at the beginning of the week, They do keep quite well in the refrigerator, sort of prep them out, and then you can just snack on them. And if you like a dip, something like this is a baba ganoush, which is an eggplant dip, is really, really good with them, or hummus would work, or you can even make a tahini-based dip. So there's a lot of different options available for you to use with your cooked falafels. All right, so here are our finished falafels. You can see they've got nicely crisped up on the outside, a little bit golden brown, and they are soft and flavorful on the inside. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pop these into our pitas and serve them up, and that's it. So as usual, if there's anything you'd like to see me cook on here, any ingredients you'd like to learn more about, please do let me know, and I will try my best to get them on. I hope you enjoyed this one today, and I will see you back next week. Bye.